Not a bad looking bowl of spaghetti, I must say. Hey, Joey Starr here for Starr Quality Kitchen. Today, by request, I will be trying out Kraft Spaghetti Classics. I'm curious as well, both as a foodie and a medi, because as everybody knows, spaghetti is a staple of Italian cuisine. In addition to finding out whether or not this is any good, I will also gauge how convenient this is compared to just throwing together a spaghetti dinner the standard way. According to the box, we just need to add 6 ounces of tomato paste to enjoy this. I picked up a 6-ounce can of Hunt's tomato paste, no endorsement. I also took the time to prepare some meatballs to add in afterwards. So according to the directions, first thing we need to do is to boil 3 pints or 12 cups water in a large saucepan. But the thing is, unless the rules have changed since I went to school, 3 pints is actually just a little less than 10 cups. So which one is it, Kraft? So while we're waiting for that to boil, let's take a look at what's inside the box here. Open it up. Of course, we got the spaghetti in there, duh. And looks like some pouches. Let's see what's inside those pouches. Tangy Italian herb spice sauce mix. Okay. Feels like there's some powdery stuff in there. And we have Kraft 100% grated Parmesan cheese. Once that water's boiling, we want to add in our spaghetti. They said to stir it in. And I'm supposed to cook that about 10 to 12 minutes or until tender, stirring it occasionally. Meanwhile, while that's going on, we're supposed to start making our sauce. So we want to mix in the Tangy Italian herb spice sauce mix. This clumpy powder here, not very powdery, coming right out of the package. Add in the tomato paste and 3 cans of water. Mix that stuff up. I'm getting a bit of a strong aroma, but it's not the Kraft mix, it's the Hunt's tomato paste that I'm smelling at the moment. Stir that up a bit and make sure that I'm breaking up the clumpy paste that's in there. I mean, based on the feel of the spoon as I put it through here, looks like all that paste is liquefied, become looser, which in turn makes the water part thicker, right? Starting to look like a sauce a bit. And I'm supposed to bring this to a boil. So now reduce the heat to a medium-low and allow this to simmer for approximately 10 minutes. Now I'm going to drain the spaghetti. So one box makes about this much spaghetti. It's not bad. I got my spaghetti done. Sauce is ready, hot and steaming with my name on it. The instructions say that after I drain the spaghetti, to place it on a serving platter, I'm going to take a little creative license here. I need to try different things because that's what you pay me for. So I'm going to take a modest amount of spaghetti here, put it into this bowl, and grab a small amount of sauce. Just add enough here. And then I'm going to sprinkle some of this grated palm on here. And that's kind of it, following their instructions. It's not bad looking. What it really boils down to is, if you're going through all these steps for Kraft, how does it taste? Let's try it out. Just kind of get a little mix here. It has a good aroma. I mean, I still feel like most of what I'm smelling is coming from the tomato paste, not so much the little herb and spice mix that they have. But of course, one thing Kraft has always been good at making is grated parm. The grated parm smells great in here. So I'm going to go ahead and give it the old twirl. And a nice forkful here. This is hot and steaming, baby. Let's give this a taste. It's not bad. Spaghetti's really tender. A little bit of a chew, not a lot of chew. Perhaps I should let the spaghetti cook a little bit less before pulling it off the stove, but it's not a bad texture. Not the best spaghetti you can get out of a box, but not the worst either. Let's get another bite here. The sauce, it's very neutral, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't taste bad at all, but it's not fantastic by any means. It's not life-changing. It's not like, oh, this is some good sauce. Nah, it's okay. I mean, it's definitely tangy. So if the spice mix that Kraft included in that little pouch is doing anything for the sauce, it's providing definitely an extra layer of tanginess, which, to be fair, it does say Tangy Italian. So yeah, It tastes like a very basic Italian tomato sauce where the tanginess is dialed up a little bit. Like whatever the average is, add a little bit, and that's how tangy this is. I mean, it's, you know, it's not bad tasting. I've had 2 bites. If you're a college student or bachelor like me, it's not a bad little thing you whip together. That's just trying it the way Kraft suggested on the box. Let's add a little Starr quality to this by adding some meatballs. Get these tasty meatballs. Full disclosure, while some of this stuff was cooking, because they were 10 minutes a pop, I was getting kind of hungry, so I already ate one of these meatballs because I already knew they were good. And these are nothing fancy schmancy, just some pre-made meatballs that I like to buy occasionally from Walmart that taste all right. They're pretty decent for a generic brand pre-made meatballs. So now I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up here. And you know what, screw it. Let's go ahead and just add the rest of this spaghetti right in here. Easier said than done with one hand. Mix this all up in here. Voila, already looking better. So now I have a decent sized bowl of spaghetti and meatballs, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the parm that came from Kraft. Not a bad looking bowl of spaghetti, I must say. All right, so let's give this the old taste test. Okay, I got a little bit of the meatballs in there. Some of the meatball essence should be included in the sauce, even in the bites that don't have actual meatball in it. Although we do have to take into consideration that the sauce was completely cooked before I added the meatballs. So it's not as fused as it would be otherwise. But let's go ahead and taste this. Despite being added in way later, I do taste a little bit of a difference. Having the essence of meatball in there. It's a little better. Meshes well with the grated parm, of course. I mean, why wouldn't it? I try Walmart's wheat meatball. I'm just gonna kind of swish it into the sauce here. The Kraft's tangy Italian sauce using Hunt's tomato paste. Let's see what we got here. I mean, it is good. The meat's definitely enhancing the spaghetti. I mean, I'm sure that's not a surprise to anybody. I'm going to take a little more here. Let me get a good fork full while I have some spaghetti and a meatball in the same bite here. Go a little Neanderthal on you. I mean, it's really not bad. I'm actually enjoying it. It's pretty tasty. The comment I have to make is that it's good. It's not great. If I was to make spaghetti and meat sauce or spaghetti and meatballs, even if I use the same meatballs, if I make it the way I normally would, it tastes a lot better than this, to be honest. Chances are you probably have a recipe for spaghetti and meatballs, or even just spaghetti and meat sauce, or just spaghetti and sauce. Chances are that tastes better than this too. But it's not bad. I would say it's better than a can of SpaghettiOs. Do they still make SpaghettiOs? I don't even know. I haven't had it since I was a kid, but it's been around forever. I mean, I think my mom ate it as a kid. That's how long SpaghettiOs has been around for. Really don't know if SpaghettiOs still exists. If not, just picture some kid-marketed canned spaghetti. Whatever it is, this definitely tastes better than that. It's definitely better than that. It's probably healthier than that too, but it's not way better. It's just marginally better, but it's not bad. Go ahead and take a little more because I'm actually pretty hungry. As I eat a little more, it's a bit more enjoyable. Not spicy in the least bit, which is fine. I wasn't expecting it to be. So now the question is it worth it? Is it more convenient? I mean, it's not tastier than making your own. Let's compare green apples to red apples here, I guess. If you go out and buy a box of Barilla and get yourself a decent jar of, I personally like Rouse, or you can get Ragu, or whatever one you like, Prego, whatever. Get a jar of that and get yourself some ground beef to cook up, or you can get yourself some pre-made meatballs like this, whichever. You're more than likely gonna end up with a tastier meal, and it's a lot more cost effective. I mean, not for nothing. This box here, $8.22. For $8, I can get a whole box of the Barilla spaghetti, which is not gonna be one bowl like this. It's gonna be several bowls like this of spaghetti, and I can get a jar of Rouse. Rouse, not even the cheapest sauce out there, but it's kind of in the middle, but I enjoy it. I can get a jar of that, which also would accommodate those several bowls of spaghetti of the Barilla that I have. And I can get myself, half a pound of ground beef, or even a full pound of ground beef, or a bag of these meatballs I get from Walmart that are pre-made, that are probably a little overpriced even. I can get all that for about $8, I think. And not only is it going to taste better, not only is it going to be a better meal, it's going to be a better 4 or 5 meals. So that's my thought on that. I think where the Kraft could be helpful, maybe a little beneficial, is if you're living in a dorm room or somewhere where you don't have a big kitchen, you don't have a lot of ingredients, you don't have a lot of refrigerator storage for sauce and stuff like that, you don't have a lot of resources. I mean, it is kind of convenient having everything you need except for the can of tomato paste. I mean, that 6-ounce can of Hunt's tomato paste, it didn't even cost me $1. It was like 80 something cents. And there's actually cheaper out there. I just picked that because I know where I stand with Hunt's when it comes to the flavor, so I knew it'd be all right. Having everything here and then that can, and then you just need to make sure you have a couple of pots and pans to get yourself together. I can see some value in that, but at $8.22, chances are if you're living in those conditions, like if you're in a dorm or something, it's still a lot of money to put into a box of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate what Kraft is doing here, but like at the end of the day, even if you have the extra money, even if you want that convenience, it's not that great. It's just okay tasting. I mean, a little more effort. The other thing too, 10 minutes of cooking the damn pasta, 10 minutes of making the sauce. I already spend that amount of time with my Rao sauce and my Barilla pasta, and you know what? It tastes better. I actually don't have to babysit the Rao sauce the way I did this sauce. So if anything, this might even be slightly less convenient. I mean, it's an easy cleanup. I mean, I think that's really about it. I'm not sure what else to tell you. I'm not ragging on this. It's not bad. The other thing I noticed too, thinking about the whole college analogy, if you live in a dorm, is that I searched and I searched and I searched. First of all, the reason why I didn't film this like months ago is because I had trouble finding this. It took until I moved to Danbury and put out a big search. Like I was like, you know what? I live somewhere now where it's not so tough to get packages. Don't even get me started. That's a long story. But I actually had to have this shipped to me because even the local Walmart here, it's hard to find this. I couldn't find it in ShopRite, couldn't find it in Walmart, so I had to have this shipped to me. And then when you find it, you only have this flavor. All you have is Tangy Italian. There's nothing else. So, I mean, you get pretty bored of this pretty quick, and it's expensive boredom, if you ask me. So, what about you? Have you tried this before? What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you love it? I can't imagine anybody loving this, but liking it, sure. What did you think? Do you have a special hack, like something that you add to it to make it better, or maybe you throw a little adobo in there to enhance the flavor a little bit, whatever it is. What's your favorite way to have that? Is there another fully prepackaged something? It doesn't have to be Kraft. Maybe something like this, the same idea where it's like, dinner in a box, spaghetti or pasta, whatever. Is there one that you think is really good? I may want to try it. May even want to review it if you want me to. I don't know. But you let me know in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know if there's something else along these lines, something else from the stores that you want me to review. Drop it into the comments or send me an email. It's all in the description box below, of course. And before we wrap things up, I want to give a shout out to DOLS995, who always shows lots of support and love and asked me to review this particular thing. I'm glad I tried it because now I know how it is, you know how it is, and we can just go from there. Thank you so much for watching Starr Quality Kitchen. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and stalk. Laters. I mean, if I didn't have much in the fridge, nothing in the cabinets, like my place was bare, and this was here, I'd be all right with having this for a meal. Sure.